How is it you know when to quit that job when you are no longer feeling happy working there? I'm going to talk about that today in this video, and also going to tell you what the next step should be. So my name is Jamie. I am the long distance coach. What are the things you should be thinking about when you're feeling like that? Because we still have to go into work each day. We still need to earn our money in that regard. But does it always have to be that way? So it's about being really honest with yourself, taking a deep, hard look inside yourself, and find out why it is. Why? I keep asking yourself why is it you're not happy? And then get to the root of why it is you're feeling the way you are, and what is the actual driving force that's making you unhappy. There's a lot of things going on in our environment, a lot of things going on in our work that obviously contributes to that feeling that we've got. But ultimately, it always seems to come down to something else a bit more personal and something that is within. So first thing is to have a look deep inside, alright? Be honest to yourself as well. You're kidding no one. So just have an open and frank conversation with yourself, in order to get to that place. Then I want you to just have a think about what are the options, what kind of options do you have? Yeah, so if you're no longer working in this place, what other alternatives do you have? What is holding you back, and what are your resources? What is available to you in order to help make a transition? And then after that, it's really about, once you've looked into what everything is, it's about then taking actions, taking that first step forward, and then ultimately going the distance. So I'm going to tell you a bit about how this story impacts me. I was loving working at 3. I worked at 3 UK in Glasgow, and I started in their sales team. And so sales wasn't for me. I was very much more of a caring person, so I decided I'm going to go for a promotion within my first 6 months, which was kind of unheard of. But an opening did come up in the customer relations team, and I was successful. So I got my promotion, and I started in another team. As I said, sales was never my forte. I didn't like the idea of hard selling onto people, whereas I didn't mind the idea of rewarding people for having the courage of complaining. It's just the way I saw it. So as I said, I'm working at 3. I'm happy in that role. I've been there just over a year. I was loving working in this place. It was an amazing place to work. Everyone was so lovely. The opportunities were fantastic, and for me it felt like working as part of a big family. And then the bombshell. All the meetings started happening. We're going to be making some changes, and it meant moving out of the building going to a new place in Glasgow. So lots of change going on at that time, and that's fine. A place is a place, and a different company is fine. But what changed was the culture. The culture changed, and the other thing that changed was things get just so restrictive. Everything was being micromanaged in the most minute of scales. There wasn't that same autonomy, that same freedom that we did have earlier while working for the parent company. So that made a big difference, because for me, independence is a big value that I hold dear to. I like my independence. So these changes came thick and fast despite promises saying otherwise. So ultimately it got us into a stage, and everyone in the workplace is feeling this. It's not just me. The whole environment of the place is horrible. The management are doing their best to motivate everyone, but it's not an easy task. I'm usually the last person, the last man standing, so to say, but in this instance, I felt that there's something within me telling me, my heart and my gut was telling me, you need to change. This is not going to be healthy for you. And I got to the stage when I went through that experience where I didn't want to get out of bed. So what happened was a seed that had been planted in my head a couple of years earlier when I was at college in the Isle of Skye came back to me. So my mind was working in its ways and it brought back this memory. So this memory was about me going on a walk to the Camino de Santiago. This seed had been planted while I was at the Gaelic college in the Isle of Skye, Sabhal Mòr Ostaig. And I learnt there about people that go on pilgrimages, and I did some research and found out how it related to where I was brought up and how there was many pilgrimage paths that crossed through my village, but you would never know it because it was never advertised. It's a hidden fact, but it's something that's so popular, way back, 1,000 years ago. I got to learn about the Camino de Santiago, and it was like a dream that I wanted to do that walk. It was it's a 500-mile walk. I'm never going to do that, but it was a dream. It's something I aspired to. Anyway, this work situation, something in my head told me, look, just go for a long walk. So I looked up the internet and I found, okay, there's a walk. It's hardly anybody walks it. In fact, I think it's only a few people maybe walk it every year, the Whithorn Way. But I went and I downloaded, I did as much research as I could, and I prepared for this walk. And I did. I left my flat in Glasgow one day, walked across Pollard Park, and then kept on walking about 100, 150 miles, all the way through to Colmonell, and I think it's like Dumfries and Galloway or Ayrshire. But that was like a 5-day walk that I did, and I did it over my birthday as well. So it was an amazing experience. Okay, my feet didn't love it, but I don't remember that side of things. But it was an amazing experience, and I got to sort out a lot of things along that walk, as well as take advantage of what I love. I love taking in the heritage, I love taking in the culture. So I learned so much along that way that I didn't even know, and Scotland keeps so hidden from us. There's so much that we're to be proud of in our heritage and our history. So many people have made some great achievements that we would never have known about, because of the way the situation is at the moment here. And that just took me into this place of new possibilities. But what it did do was it gave me the confidence that when I started back at work the following Monday, the first thing I did was I spoke to my line manager. She took us into the wee office, and I says, okay, I'm handing in my notice. She tried her best to keep me, because I was the strongest person on her team. I kept the team together. So there's a lot of responsibility on me, but you know what, all that had went because of the attitudes and the culture change. She wanted me to go right away, and I said, no, I'm going to sit out my notice. I had to end up negotiating that with the director, because ultimately they just felt that people that are wanting to leave, there's no value on the team. But that's just not my work ethos at all. And I says, no, I'm going to work my notice. So we negotiated that I would work a week and then go after that. And I was like, fine, and that was good. That opportunity of going in the walk and just coming to that realisation that I had to quit, but I didn't know how. Doing that walk was part of the solution for me. So that was the action that I took that gave me that courage and confidence to step out of that salary paying role. And it ultimately led to me setting up another business. So have a think about what is the first action that you can take, and then once you've considered what your options are, how feasible they are, do some reality checks, take that first step, and then you will soon be on your way to that happier life that you really deserve. So I hope you enjoyed that little story. It's true, it's a true story, it's what happened to me, and look out for my other videos. And if you're interested in anything else or you want to know more, comment in the box below. You can message me and I'll get back to you, no problem. Like my profiles, subscribe to my videos, my channel, and yeah, if you want some coaching, you know where I am.